very exciting. These are forged wheels from Martian Wheels. These are their new MW08. These are the 19-inch wheels, and I purchased the 19 by 9.5 variants, primarily to help with my Model Y performance and not having a staggered setup. So that way I can do wheel rotations and I don't have to worry about just only going side to side or not even having those. These are lighter than the stock Tesla wheels, 2 inches smaller, so it should help with some of the efficiency and getting a little bit of bigger range. Let me just open them up here. I have an appointment tomorrow at Discount Tire to install the new tires on these and then mount them. But you can kind of see down here, they come very nicely packaged. The rims, it looks like on the top and the bottom, you can see there, have this styrofoam coating, and then there's the styrofoam piece here that it kind of goes on. Just removing that here, you can get a sneak peek of them. They look fantastic. In addition to these, I also purchased this set of lug nut covers, because they have the plate here, but the Tesla OEM one, just looking, you can see here, it's kind of a wheel cover, so you don't ever see the lug nuts. But with these, you'll see them. Obviously, with a black wheel, I don't want to be able to see the black lug nuts, so I have them in here. You can see wheel lug nut caps. And then separately, I also got 4 new TPMS sensors, as I'm going to be selling these stock wheels. And I did purchase some new all-season tires to go with these. So I think the next part you'll see in kind of this video is after I'm able to have the appointment at Discount Tire to get everything mounted, to kind of show you what it looks like, give you some first impressions, and take it from there. So what you're seeing now is I just took some pictures right before my appointment. This was probably at like 7:45 in the morning or so. I think my appointment was at like 8 o'clock. And I wanted to showcase kind of what the actual wheels look like before and after. So I tried to take kind of the same angle, kind of in the front of the car and then behind it, and wanted to really highlight the differences that you'll see switching from the stock Uberturbines to an aftermarket wheel, and in this case, the MW08. So this first picture is kind of from the front of it, and you can see the turbine-inspired design of the wheels. They look nice. Visually, I'm still a fan of them, but you can't see a lot of the things behind it, like your brake caliper, the red. It pops through a little bit, but not as much. And then looking at kind of the back of the vehicle, again, you can see the red turbine kind of poking through here. So what I'm going to switch to after this is kind of, I think, the first impressions after I have the appointment completed at Discount Tire, to kind of show you what they look like and my initial review of drive-in. So I just finished well, I didn't finish, but Discount Tire finished installing these new Martian Wheels MW08. It's awesome being able to use these stock lug nuts with these plastic covers that you can buy separately. And then I have the Yokohama Advanta Sport EV AS. These are 255/19 or 255/45 R19. Got them from Discount, or installed at Discount Tire, purchased the tires at Tire Rack, and having a staggered setup here. Let me back up a little bit and see the side profile here. Having the open wheel kind of design really highlights the red brake calipers, which is awesome, being able to see them and they pop out. I will say my initial impression so far of driving it is you can really feel, honestly, a difference in the ride suspension and quality. You don't feel a lot of those tiny bumps that you felt before with the 21-inch Uberturbines. I am very happy with how things are looking here. Let me go to the other side of the car. The side without the sun. You can see the auto presenting door handles popped out. Highlight those from Pimp My EV. See it from this side here. They look fantastic. Very, very happy with them. I do kind of a road test, see how they feel just everyday driving. These are looking good. So I wanted to kind of show the efficiency or metrics or energy consumption for the car. So after upgrading to the new Martian MW08 wheels, this is kind of showing over the last 30 miles, average range watt consumption of around 226. They go to 15 miles, 236, 5 miles, 244. So I was averaging before in the upper 280, 290s, sometimes close to 300s, depending on the driving style. And you know, you can see the projected range is 307, even though that the Model Y performance that I have is rated for 279. So I think at least real world results of, you know, day-to-day driving to the store, taking the kids to school, you know, you're not going to see necessarily drastic changes or drastic improvements to range. Doing road trips, you know, as long as you're being conscious of your speed and being aware of it, I think I'm definitely going to see some increased performance. A lot of this primarily is going from 21-inch wheels on the Uberturbines down to the 19-inch wheels from Martian. So by seeing an immediate weight savings of over 50 pounds, you can definitely be well in tune to see some additional range. And if this is saying it's around 226 average watt hours per mile, you know, down from like say 300, that's an incredible difference that you're going to see longer range. And while I don't expect the projected range of 307 to actually be accurate, as it's going to be dependent on your real world results of speed, temperature, efficiency, uphill, downhill, weather, etc. Definitely going to, you know, hopefully get near the 279 or, you know, somewhere around that. It's just some additional range if you're doing road trips or those longer drives. So just wanted to kind of highlight kind of what I'm seeing and enjoying now with these. I've had them for about 2 weeks or so installed. I do want to say I am definitely seeing an improvement in ride quality, downgrading to the wheels. It is a lot smoother. You don't feel every single one of the bumps that you did before in the Uberturbines. As drastic, or not drastic, but as impactful as they were previously. So my wife commented that she identified when she was driving it or as a passenger that she felt an improvement in the quality. She appreciated the fact that these wheels were making it easier for her, because she does get car sick a lot easier than I guess the normal person. So it was improving her ride, which as a result makes it better for me, so I don't have to necessarily help her work through all of that. So just wanted to kind of show and highlight some of the efficiency improvements by downgrading, or I shouldn't say downgrading, but by purchasing a wheel that's smaller than came stock for the Model Y performance. So I know you're just staring at a picture of a tire here, but or I should say the wheel and tire here. I wanted to run through some of the numbers around what you can expect in terms of weight savings by switching from the stock Uberturbines down to these Martian wheels. So the stock Uberturbines, I'll kind of throw it up here on the screen. The wheels themselves weigh 38.05 pounds each in the front and 38.95 in the rear. So in total, your weight is 154 pounds. The tires that come stock, which are the Hankook Ion Evo, 255/35 in the front, 275/35 in the rear. weigh 122 pounds. It's 29 pounds each in the front, 32 pounds in the back. So in total, you're at 276 pounds for wheels, tires. And those are staggered. So again, they're bigger in the back than the front, so you cannot rotate them crisscross like you do traditional or non-staggered setup. The Martian wheels, for these specific ones, they vary in weight based on what size you pick. The 19 by 9.5 that I have are a total of 104.4 pounds. The wheels, the tires, which are the Yokohama Advent Sport EVAS XL tires, which are all the same size, 255 by 45. Those weigh in total 121.2 pounds. So when you add the 104 of wheels, 121 of tires, you're at 225.5 pounds, roughly. I think it's 225.6. So you're saving just in wheels and tires 50 pounds. It's crazy, you know, that you're seeing that much of a difference, you know, of over 25% weight savings. So by saving the 50 pounds, I know kind of just summarized it in the video you saw in the energy graph, it's tremendous. By downgrading from 21 to 19 size-wise, you're increasing your efficiency. So I'll look to do, you know, some long-range testing, you know, to compare against the stock energy consumption and see really what you can expect. But it is a significant improvement for range because of the reduced weight. The other items I wanted to cover are related to cast wheels, which is what the stock wheels are. They're cast aluminum versus these wheels being flow formed. You have a much stronger wheel with these new Martian wheels, especially when it comes to things like impacts. So if you're driving along and you have a very big pothole, or there's, you know, something where if you had your stock cast wheels, if you hit something, those are likely to crack. Maybe you have an impact and hit a curb. Those wheels, the stock ones, are likely to crack and cannot be repaired, especially if you're in an accident. I'm sure you've seen, you know, pictures or videos of wheels just being completely obliterated. This Martian wheels being flow formed, you can probably have dents where that can be repaired in the same type of impact. Which then means it's going to be cheaper to repair the wheels than it would be to replace them outright, because there's really no real way to fix the cast ones safely, at least. So it's a much stronger, lighter wheel. I know Martian has also done their own kind of crash test kind of test. So you know, they obviously have to meet all regulatory standards, and their wheels well beyond the scope of what the minimum requirements are. I know I saw, I think it was a video from Out of Spec where Kyle was interviewing Drew Peterson, the founder of Martian Wheels, around his view of getting feedback from consumers and seeing, I think he said that the wheels that came, like in the cast ones, there was an accident between two vehicles, like front-end collision, and the stock cast wheels were obliterated, whereas the Martian ones were not obliterated. Yes, they were damaged from the accident, but you know, being flow formed, you can repair them versus needing to outright replace them. So I will drop a link in the description below where you can get your own kind of wheels from Martian Wheels. It's not an affiliate link or anything. It's just where I bought them, so you can also get them there. Along with, you can get there the kind of lug nut covers that I kind of showed earlier in the video, as well as the TPMS sensor. And then the last thing I bought from them was a kind of plastic covered socket. So that way, when I'm doing my own tire rotations, or if I bring the car somewhere, I can supply that, and I don't have to worry about the wheel being damaged from someone using like a non-plastic one and, you know, damaging the wheel because they were careless with it. So this again is Matt from my Model Y Adventure. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and catch you next time.